cod sounds. ACAM.
Mommy's gonna cook rabbits for supper. What are we gonna put in with the rabbits?
Cabbage.
Cabbage. And what else?
Carrot.
Carrots would be good. And what else?
Parsnip.
Parsnip. Oh, this sounds delicious. And Maria, what do you think would be good?
Socks.
We can't put socks in with the rabbit. What else could we put in?
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
So when Nan was growing up, my great-grandfather would go out and he'd take the brothers with him and they'd go out and snare a few rabbits. Because there was no gunning, they were snaring. Nan said they'd leave the house in the morning and they'd go on in the woods and they'd be back again by 10, 11 o'clock and they'd get their bit of wood and they'd check the slips on the way back.
Put the gun tight to your shoulder, and now there's the safety right there. See that?
Yeah.
Push it on that. All right, now, shoot low when you're ready.
And that was when the women's work started. So the men would get the food, and once they brought it back, Nan says that was it then. They never had no more to do with it. And so when he brought the rabbits back, who did what with the rabbits then?
My mother cleaned them, hang them up, take the insides out. You start with the hind legs, come right down, right down like that. Some people used to leave the head on, but we used to take the head off.
You know, you'd have to hang them because if you laid them anywhere else, I mean, the mice and the rats would eat them.
Oh yes,
right. So they were hanging up in the centre of an old shed. They were safe. Nothing could get at it, right?
So they would go out and get 5 or 6, and when they came home, they were skinned, and then they'd cook off a couple for supper. And if they needed a couple 3 or 4 days later, they'd go out and cut a couple more down. And as that bit of storage got depleted, the boys would go off in the woods again. So ye weren't as, you know, what they call as poor off or as hungry as your crowd.
We had the gardens, vegetables, all kinds of vegetables.
Oh yeah.
Good vegetables.
Mom's generation was a different time, see.
But then in your time, ye bottled the rabbits more.
Well, it was better to get a whole bunch and then do them all at one time. We'd clean them and take the gut out, and then I would cut them up, put them into bottles. A little bit of pork, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of onions. Right, make the big mess. Then that was done, that's over, that's gone. You got all that done.
And that's all to it?
That's all there is to it.
Right on.
As you take them out, they'll pop.
Okay, yes,
Pop,
as they
pop,
cool
pop, right, as they cool off. And then they're good for years.
Yeah.
They really are.
So do you think the food would taste better when you catches it yourself?
Oh yes, guaranteed.
Well, because it was so fresh. Right. It was caught right off the bat, and it didn't have time to get stale or to get freezer burned or anything like that. You know, like the old lady from Hawke's Bay when she was on Land and Sea. Yeah. She was talking about stuff about meat in the supermarkets. Yes. So she said, "Sure, that's frozen tad and frozen tad." She said, "Sure, that's not fit to eat."
That's not fit to eat.
Right?
That's true too.
Frozen tad.
Yeah.
Yeah.